In nature, there is a phenomenon known as false health. A tree can look vibrant, green leaves, strong branches, no visible disease, and yet be completely unproductive. Farmers know this well. Leaves are easy. Fruit is the real test. From a distance, the tree looks alive. Up close, it is a disappointment. Jesus once stood before such a tree, not only in a field, but in a nation. Here is the short parable in Luke 13, 6-9. A man had a fig tree growing in his vineyard, and he went to look for fruit on it but did not find any. So he said to the man who took care of the vineyard, "For 3 years now I've been coming to look for fruit on this fig tree and haven't found any. Cut it down. Why should it use up the soil?" "Sir," the man replied, "leave it alone for 1 more year, and I'll dig around it and fertilize it. If it bears fruit next year, fine. If not, then cut it down." This is not a gentle children's story. This is a serious conversation about time, purpose, and fruitfulness. The fig tree and its meaning. To Jesus' original audience, the meaning would have been unmistakable. The fig tree was a well-known symbol of Israel, God's covenant people. Throughout the Old Testament, Israel is described as a vine or fig tree planted and nurtured by God himself in Hosea 9:10, Jeremiah 8:13, and Micah 7:1. Israel was not randomly planted. They were deliberately placed in God's vineyard, called, chosen, cultivated. They were meant to be a beacon of light to the Gentiles, a living demonstration of God's justice, mercy, and holiness. And yet, when the owner came looking for fruit, there was none. Fruitlessness despite privilege. You have to notice here that the problem is not neglect. The tree is in a vineyard. It has soil, protection, care, and time. For 3 years, the owner has been patient. 3 years of expectation, 3 years of opportunity. In Israel, fig trees often produce 2 crops per year, the early figs and the main crop. The early figs appear in late spring to early summer, around May to June. These develop from buds formed the previous year and are usually fewer but expected. The main crop appears in late summer to early autumn, around August to September. This is the primary abundant harvest. When Jesus approaches a fig tree in leaf, the fig tree had missed 6 seasons, not just 1. This is the tragedy of Israel's history and the warning of the parable. God's people had everything they needed: the law, the prophets, the temple, the promises. But what God desired, which are justice, faithfulness, humility, love for neighbor, was missing. Abundant leaves, no fruit. Jesus is confronting religious hypocrisy, the appearance of life without the substance of obedience. A warning for the church. And here is where the parable turns uncomfortably toward us. You can be planted in the right place and still not be producing what you were made to produce. You can be in church. You can know the language. You can sing the songs, quote the verses, attend the meetings. From a distance, everything looks healthy. But God is not impressed by leaves. He is looking for fruit. Fruit that reflects repentance. Fruit that reflects changed character. Fruit that blesses others and glorifies God. Spiritual busyness is not the same as spiritual fruitfulness. The seriousness of accountability. The owner's words are striking. Cut it down. Why should it use up the soil? This is not cruelty. This is justice. This is not about God being harsh. This is about God being honest. There is a moment when wasted potential becomes accountability. A fruitless tree is not neutral, it is wasteful. It consumes nutrients while contributing nothing. Jesus is teaching that prolonged unfruitfulness is not merely disappointing, it is dangerous. Judgment is not sudden, it comes after patience. God is slow to anger, but he is not indifferent to fruitlessness. The mercy of the gardener. But then comes one of the most beautiful moments in the parable. The gardener steps in. "Sir, leave it alone for 1 more year." This is grace. The gardener represents Jesus himself, the intercessor, the one who pleads for time, the one who works the soil of hardened hearts. Notice what he offers: digging, the uncomfortable disruption; fertilizing, the intentional nurture; time, and that is one more season of mercy. Grace is not permission to remain fruitless. Grace is an opportunity to change. The urgency of one more year. Make no mistake, the time is not unlimited. One more year means the clock is still ticking. Grace has been extended, but delay is not the same as safety. God's mercy is real, but so is accountability. Mercy creates opportunity. Accountability demands response. How did the parable end? The parable ends without telling us what the tree eventually did. Why? Because the question is not just about the fig tree in the past. The question is about us now. We are living in this one more year. Another season has been granted. More opportunities have been given. But every season ignored hardens the soil. Every delay makes repentance harder. Every missed moment is time that cannot be reclaimed. God does not measure time the way we do. He measures fruit. The warning is not that judgment is immediate. The warning is that fruitlessness can become normal. So the question is urgent and personal. Will this be another year of leaves only? Another year of knowing but not doing? Another year of meeting but not multiplying? Another year of producing and consuming programs under a building, but never mentoring and discipling? Or will this be the year fruit finally appears? Because one more year is not a comfort, it is a call. Not to try harder, but to respond fully. Not to look alive, but to actually live. Now let's conclude this. Israel was called to bless the nations, but became inward-looking. They mastered religious appearance, but resisted spiritual obedience. And when Jesus came looking for fruit, he exposed the emptiness beneath the leaves. In the same way, we must be careful not to confuse results with fruit. To every leader, please listen carefully. We can count baptisms and still fail to make disciples. We can celebrate decisions while neglecting formation. We can rejoice in numbers added while ignoring lives not rooted. Baptism is essential, but it is the beginning, not the harvest. Without mentorship, without intentional discipleship, without spiritual parenting, without converting members into disciples, baptisms are visible, impressive, but they are simply leaves. Today, the same Jesus stands as our gardener. He has not given up on us. He is still working the soil. He is still offering grace, but grace has a purpose. This is not the season for numbers alone. This is not the season for leaves only. This is the season for fruit that remains. Because one more year is mercy, but it is also a warning. When Jesus comes looking, will he find statistics without shepherding, decisions without discipleship, leaves without fruit? What fruit will he find when he comes looking?